Next speaker of TEDxSISU 2025, The Power of Humanities, TEDxSISU.
This is a picture of me and my grandpa. He passed away when I was 16 years old because of a rare disease that affects only 1 in 100,000 people. This was the first time I faced death so directly. It has greatly changed my personality, making me withdrawn, quiet, even a bit defensive. For a long time, I refused to hear the word death, because whenever I did, it would trigger me, immediately bring back all those memories, and I would be unable to hold back my tears. Death had turned into a knot in my heart, and I avoided talking to anyone about it or about my grandfather. I had too many whys. I wanted to ask, why would this rare disease happen to my grandfather? Why did everything happen so suddenly? And if death is destined to be a part of my life, why should I bear the pain of such a loss? Last semester, I had a talk with one of my teachers and, through tears, told him about my overwhelming fear of death, actually hoping against offering an answer that could bring me permanent relief. But he didn't give me any specific advice. He just advised me to read more, learn more, try more, and report what I had done to him at the end of every month and outline my plans for the month ahead. So even though I was still confused, in order to find an answer for myself and also to make my monthly report look less thin, I began to explore new things. I recited Word 7 by the river alone in January, watching the night gradually fall. I read Ordinary World in February, seeing both the fragility and the resilience of human life. I watched Yale's open lecture series on death in March and April and shared it in a presentation to discuss the immortality of the soul. I delved into journal articles on sacrifices in May, seeing how our ancestors expressed their own interpretations of life and death through different rituals. Sounds pretty good, right? But to be honest, none of these things could cope with my fear of death. And I don't even really believe that there's an ultimate answer for it's a wound that can never fully close. What the humanities gave me instead was a new lens. They turned death from an abstract terror into something that I could actually face. They taught me that I don't have to cloak death in grand myths, no everlasting souls, no heroic transcendence. All I truly needed was acceptance, permission to feel my anger and sorrow, for accepting what had happened is where the true healing begins. I once tried to be as noble as God, transcending all the human desires and feelings. But the humanities reminded me that I am, above all, human, vulnerable, imperfect, and alive. You might have heard that time is the best healer, but time felt like ash in my veins, blunting the pain, but never warming my heart. Yet now, even at the very start of my journey, still learning, still uncertain, I realize that I have found another path. The power of humanities is another way of healing. The wound may never fully heal, but the humanities resurrect meaning from the ruins of grief, mend what was broken inside, and turn my why into how. How to carry loss, how to find eternity in a single moment, and how to be both fragile and brave in those dark days. I know I may never be fully healed, but I am always healing. And this ongoing process is what brings me here today, sharing this story with you. This Qingming festival, I went to my grandfather's gravesite as usual. It was the third time I stood there, but this time I didn't cry. I remembered Mary Elizabeth's phrase was, "Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not dead. I do not sleep." Thank you.
面对人类历史的终极命题，人文让我们再次学会道。